You've already met a time traveler. You just didn't realize it. And that's the problem. If someone stood in front of you, right now, claiming they came from the future, would you believe them? Or would you laugh it off like everyone else did in 1998? Because that's exactly when a man appeared online with a story so detailed, so specific, it still hasn't been fully explained. He called himself John Titor. He claimed he came from the year 2034. And he wasn't just telling stories. He described a working time machine. He explained how it functioned. He even predicted events that seemed uncomfortably plausible. But here's the strange part. He never asked for fame, never tried to prove himself publicly. And then, just like that, he vanished. No trace, no follow-up, no explanation. So what really happened? Was he a fraud? A genius storyteller? Or something far more unsettling? Because if he was telling the truth, then time travel isn't just possible. It's already happening. And that opens a much darker question. If people can move through time, who's controlling it? And more importantly, what are they hiding from us? To understand that, you have to rethink time itself, not as something that passes, but as something you move through. According to Einstein, time isn't separate from space. It's woven into it, a fourth dimension. And that means it can bend, just like space. But here's where it gets weird. Gravity doesn't just pull objects. It warps time. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. So if you stood near something unimaginably massive, like a black hole, time wouldn't feel different to you. But to everyone else, you'd be moving in slow motion. Take Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. It holds the mass of 4 million suns. Near it, time stretches. Minutes for you could be hours, days, even years for someone far away. And that's when things changed. Because suddenly, time travel isn't science fiction anymore. It's already happening. Astronauts experience it. Satellites adjust for it. Even your GPS relies on it. But that's just the surface. Because there's another way to bend time. And it doesn't require a black hole. It requires speed. Extreme speed. The closer you get to the speed of light, the slower time moves for you. And at 99% of light speed, 1 year for you becomes 223 years for everyone else. Think about that. You leave today and return to a world centuries ahead. But that's not even the craziest part, because all of this only moves you forward. So how do you go back? That's where John Titor's story becomes impossible to ignore, because he didn't just claim to move forward. He claimed he could go both ways, backward and forward. His machine, called the C204, was unlike anything ever built. It used something called micro-singularities, tiny black holes, controlled, contained, weaponized. According to him, these singularities bent space-time itself, creating a pathway between different points in time. Not seconds, not years, decades. But here's the twist. His machine wasn't in a lab. It was installed in a car. Simple, portable, almost believable. And this is where it gets weird. He said he was sent on a mission to retrieve an old IBM computer from 1975. Why? Because future systems depended on it. That's it. No saving humanity. No stopping disasters. Just the computer. Which raises a question no one can answer. Why send someone across time for something so small? Unless it wasn't small at all. And then he disappeared. No goodbye, no proof, no return. Which leaves us with a bigger mystery. If someone really could travel through time, how would you ever prove it? Think about it. If a time traveler stood in front of you, what could they show you? Future technology? You'd call it fake. Predictions? Coincidence. Scientific knowledge. Too complex to verify. So proving time travel might be harder than actually doing it. And someone decided to test that. A man who understood time better than almost anyone alive. Stephen Hawking. In 2009, he threw a party. But not for friends. For time travelers. And here's the genius part. He sent the invitations after the party ended. Meaning only someone from the future could know about it. If time travel existed, they would show up. So he waited. Hours passed. Silence. No guests. No proof. Case closed? Not exactly. Because what happens next changes everything. What if they did come, but missed it? What if time travel isn't precise? Or worse, what if they're not allowed to come back at all? Because one small change in the past could rewrite everything. Now the story flips. What if the reason we've never met a time traveler isn't because they don't exist, but because they're avoiding us? Think about the risks. One conversation could alter history. One mistake could erase entire futures. One disease from the future could wipe us out before we're ready. So maybe there are rules. Strict ones. No interaction. No interference. No exposure. And that would mean they've been here all along. Watching. Observing. Never revealing themselves. But here's the unsettling part. If time travel is controlled, then someone is controlling it. And if someone is controlling it, they're deciding what the future looks like and what it doesn't. Which brings us back to John Titor. Was he a glitch in the system? A mistake? Or a warning? Because if his timeline leads to 2034, we're getting dangerously close. And if he was lying, then why does his story still feel unfinished? Why does it still raise questions no one can answer? And the biggest one of all, if time travelers exist, why haven't they stopped something? Or maybe they already have, and we just don't remember it.